Wires, Brandon. He's going to share some tips to make your travel real smooth.
Hey there, it's Brandon Blewett again, author of How to Avoid Strangers on Airplanes. Sadly, I'm no stranger to the airport. But there's a huge difference in traveling for work and traveling for fun. Summer's just around the corner and vacations are on the rise. What are some things that you can do to prevent your mood from being dampened as you navigate to and through the airport? Here's a few things to keep in mind. First, allot yourself plenty of time. Just because it's not the holidays doesn't mean the airport's not going to be hectic. Check parking spots to make sure that you have a place for your car, and also give yourself some extra time at security and at check-in. Both business and leisure travelers are at the airport at the same time this time of year. The second thing, dress in layers. Yes, it's going to be very, very hot outside, but that doesn't mean it's going to be the same temperature in the airport or on the plane. If you dress in layers, you can peel and put back on so that you're not miserable or uncomfortable for extended periods of time. And the last thing, especially if you're traveling with children, book the first flight out. Those planes typically come in the night before, so you're much less likely to get delayed and much less likely to use airport vendors as vendors. You're going to spend a lot less money on food and drinks in the airport, and you're not going to be waiting around all day to get to your final destination. So those are some of the things that I keep in mind as I travel during the summer, and especially when instead of traveling for work, I'm traveling for fun. I like to keep the mood elevated, and these tips help me do that. Safe travels and have an awesome summer.
Those are all
advice,
great.
right there. And, if you get the first flight out, typically, as he's pointed out, not as many delays, and then the children are so tired. Sometimes they fall asleep on the flight, which is always a win.
Yeah, and you're right. I mean, you got to allot yourself even more time when you're traveling with kids. Yeah. They have no sense of time if they're under 6, trust me, because it's like, hey, we're going to miss our flight. They could care less. They're still in, Hudson News trying to pick out some Furby or, some Thai beanie baby.
You can bring all kinds of little snacks.
Yeah,
I like the first flight out because then once you get there, you have the rest of the day to get settled in and start seeing, where you're headed.
So that's a great tip. All right, to check out other helpful tips and information, head over to newschannel5.com/letmehelp. And if you've got a question, just email us, letmehelp@newschannel5.com. We'll try to find an expert with an answer.